Thank you, God. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. Good morning, good night, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Lorenzo ep.4, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to my podcast, blAk Talk. All right, you guys, this is episode number 3. Last 2 episodes were pretty nice. The first one was me kind of like getting used to just trying to get a feel for having a podcast platform, trying to be structured and organized. Honestly, it was titled You, and it was about you, just how to get back to get to your real self, what's on the inside of you, your true definition of yourself, to put it in simpler terms. Second one was just about me. I basically like freestyled the entire time. Well, actually I just freestyled the whole time. And it was with something I live by. It's a quote. It is what it is. And I said I was gonna write a book called "It Is What It Is." One of these days, I would do that. But today, this one is about. I know that I said in my podcast it wouldn't be about motivation or stuff like that. But of course, I gotta incorporate that some way somehow. I gotta let you know that at the end of the day in this life, you have to do something in order to better yourself, and this one is basically targeting you and challenging you to bet on yourself. So the title of this episode is betting on yourself. All right, and the significance of this episode, there's 4 of them. It's you are all you got, so you are all you need. There's a first time for everything. Think, and it's your life to the very end. All right, and I'm gonna just go ahead hop into. I'm not gonna waste any time at all. With the first one, you are all you got, so you all you need. You gotta understand that you came into this world alone, and you're gonna leave this world alone. Okay, so anything that you do in this world is all upon you, on your accordance and with your decision making. All right, you can pray to God, but at the end of the day, He gave us the blessing of making our own decisions. So everything does fall upon you. Once you come into this world and you make the wrong move, you have to find a way in order to make that wrong move the right move. All right, you have to navigate in this world in a way that it benefits in your favor at all times, and it's not an easy thing to do, and a lot of us get lost up in that, and that's the reason why a lot of people, suffer in this world. That's a reason why people wind up get hooked on drugs, commit suicide, wind up getting lost up in their mind. They go crazy and stuff like that, and it's just very hard because like some people get so lost they feel like they're in this world by themselves, and it's like you are, but there's also help, But you have to always think at the back of your mind, it's all on you because you came to this world by yourself. You're going to leave this world by yourself, and you make your own decisions as a grown individual. And once you realize that you are actually in charge and that you can make your own decisions, that's when you will really start making the significant turns in your life that you need to make. You're breathing and thinking, so start moving. Since you're breathing and moving in the first place, you need to start, doing everything possible in order to make sure that your life turns out how it needs to turn out in your favor. Just the fact that you are moving and breathing is a blessing off on its own. A lot of people didn't wake up today. A lot of people weren't able to go to sleep last night either. You don't hear that. People didn't wake up this morning, but some people didn't go to sleep. They just died. Some people just didn't get to see their loved one last time, or hug them, or apologize to anybody at all. So start today by moving your feet, using your eyes, and using your mouth in order to, send out messages into the world and to others that, nothing but happiness and joy. And that way, nothing but love and happiness and good fortune can come to you as well, too. You have the freedom to find joy at your destination, because that's what we're all really searching for. We're searching for smiles in this world, in this lifetime. We're not looking to see anybody hurt. We're not looking forward to seeing our family members struggle. We're not looking for any type of negativity up in our life. We want nothing but prosperity. I read, was it a video? Yeah, it was a video. How the African civilization, I forgot, I don't know what year it was, BC, DC, I don't know that stuff at all, but basically they were a thriving civilization on, not built on republicans or democracy or anything like that, or a hierarchy. Everybody was wealthy. There was nobody was poor at all. And Western civilization, I'm gonna call it, came and asked like, so who's the hierarchy? Where's the, the poor people, the son? And like, what are you talking about? Everybody thrives here. Everybody eats, and they just couldn't understand that at all. So don't let greed consume you. Make sure that you are always spreading love, spreading equality as well too, making sure that everybody gets lifted up on their feet in order to do better in life. Significance number 2, there's a first time for everything. And with this, you gotta remember that there's ups, downs, and there's no directions, there's no support and odds to beat. All right, there's gonna be ups and there are gonna be high ups. All right, you gotta make sure these ups don't get to you. All right, because these ups get to you, that's when you start feeling yourself. That's when you start feeling like you're invincible. That's when you start feeling like you're unstoppable. That's when you start treating people the way that you don't want to be treated. You feel like they're below you, and out of nowhere people stop supporting you, people stop being your friends. That's when you start feeling down, and that's when you start having your down moments. That's when you start searching for some type of high in order to get you back up on that pedestal, but there's nothing there for you at all, because you got to a point where you felt like your ego was getting to you too much and you let it just lead you astray. And at that point, you have no direction of where to go, and you're lost. So then, when you're lost, you have no support, because your support is nowhere to be found, because you're lost and they're not even looking for you at this point. You're up, you treated people wrong. Next you know, you got put down because nobody's supporting you. Next you know, you have no direction, so you're lost. Therefore, you have no support because nobody can find you. And then now you have a lot of odds to beat. It's a lot. It takes a lot to bounce back from that, and a lot of people don't, unfortunately, but with a strong will, with a strong heart, with prayer, and with real conviction in yourself to want to do the right thing. And next time you get to the top again, bring others with you, and to be humble, then you'll get back to where you need to be, but you'll be in a better position. Instead of being on the left side, you'll be on the right side. And growth is possible and always happening. All right. So there's a first time for everything. And once you start it, you instantly start growing. All right. Just like taking a class, just like doing a sport, just like lifting weights, just like me doing a podcast. Once you start getting better at it, and you start flowing. And growth just continues to go and go and go. It's just like a tree. It just creates more layers and more layers and more layers as the years go on and stuff like that. So no matter where you start from, just remember, you're growing as you go. Once that person starts speaking to you and telling you information, you're growing in that information area of what you're trying to learn from that data, whether it be stocks, whether it be learning about real estate, whether it be just learning how to talk to a woman, whether it be learning how to have great men's hygiene. These are the things you need to know in order to make sure that you take that best first foot forward. The hardest part is just taking that first step. And once you take that first step, you're growing and you're moving forward. And next you know, you're going to be running. And then you'll soon find that you have no limits. All right. Trust me. Once you see that you have no limits in this life, man, the world will just open itself up to you, and opportunities and just pure, just blessings will start falling into your lap, because you're trusting God. You're trusting yourself. Trust me right now. All right. If you just start going for it and seeing what you're capable of, like I know you've seen those people who weigh like 300 something pounds. Next you know, they're weighing like 150. They done lost half of their body weight, and now they got muscle up on them. They're the healthiest person. They're more healthier than you right now. Why? Because they saw that they had no limits. They trusted themselves. They trusted God. At the end of the day, they trusted the process. It took a lot of consistency and discipline, but they did it. But they took that first step. They trusted themselves. They saw that there was growth there. They went through the ups and the downs of having no direction at one point, and they failed, but they kept on starting over again. All right. You must think. With thinking comes believing. With believing comes trusting. With trusting soon comes accomplishing. All right. Again, I'm going to say it again. With thinking comes believing. With believing comes trusting. With trusting soon comes accomplishing. The more you think in your mind, the more you think, the more you become equipped with believing that you can do something. And the more that you start believing that you can do something, the more you start trusting your actions. Then once you start trusting your actions, then soon you will start accomplishing what you are trying to accomplish. And then after that, the world is yours. I'm just leave that at that. All right. The last one is your life to the very end. Okay. So make sure of everything that you do. All right. Make sure everything that you do. I just ended it right there. Make sure everything that you do is to the best of your abilities, is in the right direction, is the smartest decision, is the best plan of action, and works in your favor. And sometimes you got to also remember that some things don't need to work in your favor. They need to work in others' favor as well, too, because you have to think about other people. If you think about other people first, you will always succeed in life. Okay. And you did it, created it to live it and love it. All right. It's your life to the very end. All right. Because you did it, you created it to live it and love it with all these decisions that you had. All right. All the decisions that you did in order to, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do that. You created this life that you wanted to live. All right. Because of all these decisions. And after that, you lived it. All right. And hopefully at the end, you feel as though you loved it and you don't have anything else up on the table you don't leave anything out there to do. It's gonna be very hard to leave this world without any regrets, but at the same time, it's like, hey, it's all worth giving it a shot. It's kind of like, hey, I'm prepped the best I could for this marathon, the best I could. I'm trying to run my best race that I can. I'm gonna leave it all out there on the table. If you come in dead last, at least you gave it your all, man. That's really the only thing that matters. You gave it your all. Okay. And so in the end, you're happy. I remember my favorite movie at one point was The Pursuit of Happiness. And that is what we're all in the pursuit of, is the pursuit of happiness. We're chasing something that is already within us. Is that we just have to learn to constantly bring it out and to give it to others. We don't need to chase it. We just need to give it, in all honesty. All right. And my closing remarks are, who will you be when it's all over? That's a quote from Drake, one of his songs. Who are you gonna be when it's all over? When it's all Who are you gonna be when it's all over? Are you gonna be a grumpy man? Are you gonna be a sad woman who just hates men? Are you gonna be a felon in jail who rotted in jail? Are you gonna be a man who was very successful but was very cruel to women and abused them? Are you gonna be a crooked cop? Are you gonna be a successful podcaster? Hello. Or who are you gonna be at the end? When your time is up, who will people remember you by? Who will you remember yourself as? When you're closing your eyes and taking your last breath, what are you going to think of yourself? As your spirit just fades away and goes to wherever it needs to go to. All right, who are you gonna be? Ask yourself that question every day. All right. So you finally figure this is the person that I want to be, and this is the person that I am striving to be. Okay. But this has been blAk Talk. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. This has been the 3rd episode. I love you guys so much. Make sure you guys subscribe to my YouTube channel, like this video, share it, and make sure you come back and watch this video again if you need, like, a reiteration of everything again, because these videos are meant for you to watch and just learn as much as you can. I'm gonna try to give you as much knowledge as I can. I'm young. I'm 27. Well, I'm not young, but I'm about to hit my 10,000 day on Earth on the 25th of February. So I got a little wisdom up in me. You feel me? But y'all remember to be blessed, stay blessed, do your best, never settle for less. God is love, never stress and question all the rest. I love y'all.